system. Today, I'm going to share with you the 5 must-have before you're considering lodging your partner visas applications in Australia. My name is Carl, a registered migration agent. I've been trading as the migration legal advisors for the past 10 to 15 years. Vast majority and numbers of experiences that I have to actually assist client in a success on the visa applications. Now, before beginning, I wanted to thank all the viewers on YouTube channels and Facebooks that the success of my first launch of live streaming was very good. I actually got a very good feedback and comments from everyone. And also I would like to share that the reason I wanted to do live streaming is I wanted to let everybody know that it's live. You know, there's no pre-script recorded environment here, so nothing is actually edited. So I wanted to give that straightforward information that everybody sees and wants over the internet and around the world. So let's begin. Now, the 5 must-have. Now let's have a look. A lot of people has gone into website and obviously found a lot of information about how to lodge information. There's foreign and there's ins and outs. There's so much information. Information get distorted. The reason that people cannot rely on informations on the forums and on a lot of internet, even on the immigration's website. Now, they do provide correct informations. The reason that people have failed is generally because everybody has a different circumstances. Now, different circumstances, different passport holders, locations will always trigger differences, causing troubles. So a lot of people don't know about it. Now, let's start with number one is the relationship registry. It's very, very important. Although the law does says that the by legal definition a de facto relationship can be counted, a lot of people will think, oh well, in some sort of relationship with my partner, and everybody knows we have been in a relationship for years, and we have provided all the information and lodged, and still get a refusal. Now, reason of this is we got to consider that there's thousands and thousands of applications being lodged every month and every year. Now, immigration officer definitely required to assess the most genuine and prepared documentation and applications. Now, if you are only using your common sense and provide information like numbers of statements provided by friends, rely on photos, that won't be enough. So the 5 must. The first one is registration and registry of your relationship, whether or not it's relationship registration or marriage certificates or de facto. It depends on which state and country that you are in. So that's the one must have. So at least we need to have a legal registrations to prove your relationship. Now, the second part is we need to have proof that the relationship has been at least 12 months before, at the time of the lodgement. So before that you lodged the application, there's actually at least 12 months of relationship has been there. So for instance, if you are to lodge a partner visa, you should consider and asking yourself this: have I been together with my partner since February 2018? And it cannot just be an oral testimony or declaration or written declaration. It has to be proven with a third-party documentation supporting evidences. So that comes down to our third and number 3 must have, the documentation in support of your relationships. It comes down to a vast numbers of different stuff. For instance, bank statements, registering joint name bank account. I know it's not a common practice that people actually have a joint name bank account, but at least you will be able to show that there are two individual bank accounts that are registered at the same address. So when you go to the bank, or you log online into your online bankings, you'll be able to actually put your address in there to make sure that these addresses, the residential address, actually show up in the bank statements. And also other utility bills, for instance, telephone bill, mobile bill, think of internet, electricity rates, have you been purchasing the car registered under the same both names, any other things, property, asset, house, and some people even have names being inserted into their will, that can also be used as well. Okay, so obviously photographs taken, I got a lot of friends when they lodging partnervisas, they provide tons and tons of photos, but we got to consider this, because we are in a digital age where taking photo is barely a norm, especially for people that love Instagram and Facebook. They put a lot of photos. Now, what immigration officer wanted to see is the photographs that has family members, friends all around. So that the reason of these photos are designed to meet the requirement is it actually show there's a communal and a third party consent that the relationship is genuine and continuous. That's why these families and friends are actually within the photos with you. Okay, now I'm gonna go through a lot of stuff, and there will be a lot of other details required. So if you do have any questions, feel free to make a comment below on the YouTubes, and also email me. I'll leave my emails and all contact detail, Facebook and things, so you will find me easily. Then I'll reply you in times. Now, where we at now? The number 4 is we understand that under the suggested criteria or checklist that provided on immigration's website, it requires 2 statutory declaration witnesses from your friends. Now, these people are required to be either Australian permanent residents, or they are either Australian citizens. Now, my preferences, and I advise all the friends and viewers they wanted to do this, I will say at least you find at least 4 statutory witnesses, and obviously they are not related. That will be the best. That will be the best under the consideration of the immigration policies under partner visa applications. So 4 at least, that will get you easier and quicker applications. Now, the final tips is very, very important, so stay tuned here. Now, I have been approached with numbers of friends and clients. They said, well, our relationship has been long and we got kids and things like that. Now, they don't specifically put this on the immigration website, but I do know you're required to have a legal advice and preferably a registered migration agent to assist you in this submission, where you have a long-term relationship proven, that we could actually put a waiver in there, so that we don't need to wait for so long to obtain permanent residency. Now, just to give you a time frame, a lot of people may find it, and it's a public information on the immigration website, where you search global processing times. You'll find that partner visa 2 stages requires to go for. The first stage, the temporary one, will require to go about 2 years, and once you get that one, you wait for another 2 years to actually obtain your permanent residency. Now, in summarize all this, you're required to wait for 4 years. Now, if you can prove that you have long-term relationships, okay, we could actually waive this. It can be done. I've got a previous success clients that we only got through it to get a permanent residency within 3 months. That's the actual experience that I have. Now, what's in there required to be to demonstrate in the applications? Now, first thing is the relationship has to be more than 24 months long at the time of applications, meaning that if I'm to lodge a partner visa application now, they will have sufficient evidence that we have discussed previously of at least 24 months of relationships. So that means they need to provide me their relationship with third-party supporting evidences since 2017. Okay, 2017. Okay, early 2017, and even earlier, so 2016. Now that's one criteria. Now the second criteria to make it more prioritized is that there are kids, they are children's. Okay, so with my previous applications, these families, couples, they have been together for, I believe, was 7 years, and they got family obviously with one child, and I got through for 3 months. Okay, now that's basically it. That's the 5 must-haves. Okay, now obviously, if your relationship is not that long enough, then the 5th requirement is that at least you need to prove that a very fixed and firm, continuing, genuine relationship that you already have, okay, before you actually lodge in the application. So don't bluntly pull out application, especially it's very easy now. It's digital form nowadays. People could actually register themselves onto email account and lodge it, and I've seen a lot of people get a lot of refusals, and they end up in tribunal appeal process, which costing money, and the time prolonged is just too long. I do not recommend. I always recommend a very, very professional prepared documentation with this 5 must-have. Okay, now that will be the end of today's live streaming and contents. Now, if you do like our contents, I do ask you to consider subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channels, and also we have our presence on Facebook as well. So just press the like and subscribe into our YouTube channel, and I will be continuously, frequently providing more and more Australian visa insights to all of our friends and viewers on YouTube. Thank you, and have a nice weekend. Thank you.